Okay. Hello, everyone. This is Dale Wetzel. We're waiting for our Superintendent Baszler. She will be here very quickly. She's retrieving some notes. And by the way, just so everyone's aware, our plan is to have these briefings at 3 p.m. on weekdays rather than 5:30, which is the time everyone's become used to. One of the reasons for this is because the governor has moved up his daily briefings from 4 p.m. to 3 p.m., or excuse me, 4 p.m. to 3:30 p.m. We thought it would be more convenient for everyone if we had the superintendent's briefing before the governor's briefing, and so we're going to move it to 3 o'clock, 3 p.m. Central Time, Monday through Friday. And one of the advantages of this too is that teachers who want to call in will be able to listen to this on contract time. And my goodness, we have the superintendent right here, and she will begin presenting shortly.
Hello, good afternoon, everyone. I appreciate your time and thank you for bearing with us as we adjust our time from 5:30 till 3 o'clock. I want to welcome everybody to their, to our call today. I want to update you on several things this morning, if we can, please. The Child Nutrition Office has informed us that the SNAP office information is that the meeting that we had with our Department of Human Services to get the reversal of eligibility for SNAP from our free and reduced lunch is well on its way and should work very well. Child Nutrition has received all applications for feeding sites, so it will send to USDA so anyone can find a site in their area for food distribution. Special education, their call with parent support and advocacy groups went very well. It was very positive. The concerns focused on many parents feel that they are not receiving as much communication as they feel they would like from their schools. And so I would just encourage everyone, if possible, to make sure that your special education teachers or that if you have special education directors, that the communication is being sent out to parents so they know that they're feeling supported. I know everyone is doing their best that they can to communicate, but just wanted to share those concerns with you. But overall, the call was very positive. We had a call this afternoon with the special education directors, Jerry Tevens, Mark Ermentrout, Adam Tesher, and I had the opportunity to visit with our directors, and we were able to communicate to all of them that the special ed contracts for services provided for students for the rest of the school year will be kept. The contracts, Adam would say this much better, but there will be no changes to the contracts for special education students for services provided for the remainder of the year. We also had a conversation about the preschool special ed student services and the number of, since those are billed on the number of hours of services that are actually served, we'll be using a March 13th date as the date that we will use to determine this payment of services for hours for our preschool students in special education for the rest of the year. Parent, and we also want to say that parent support organizations and protection and advocacy want to help. They want to be a partner in this journey to assist families and schools. They also wanted me to share that. Many of them are just feeling very overwhelmed, and they just feel like they need help and support to carry out the child's lessons, technology use, etc. Many parents are still working full-time. And this is, I think, in general for our parents. I heard this on a few calls today with several of my colleagues. Some parents report that they are just trying to have a full-time job. Their spouse is managing a full-time telecommuting job, and they're while trying to facilitate. So that's something that we hope we'll be able to help and assist with as well. So student contract status, there will be no changes to the contract system based on the contingency plans. Districts and units will continue to bill the resident district for services that were originally being given as long as the staff billed for that do not change. I want to talk about next week, Friday. There will be no meeting. There will be no briefing next week, Friday. It is Good Friday, and so we're hoping, unless something changes drastically and significantly, that the state would need to be responded to. But if things stay as they are now, state employees, that is a state holiday for them, and so there will be no briefing that day unless something changes. I just also want to mention again that the Q&A session every Tuesday and Thursday from 2 to 3 that were held this week will not be held any longer. I've reached out to each of our partner associations of the school board members, administrators through NDCEL, and the Teachers Association, that I will be communicating with them through their membership events and on an as-needed basis for as long as they need and want that to occur. I believe there are some updates that I would like to provide, though not specific. I would just want to take the opportunity to review again that we understand the looming deadline of April 15th for the evaluations. Had another conversation this morning with the governor's office, drilled a bit more deeply into specifically which codes or administrative rules might need to change, which ones will stay exactly the same regarding this issue and this language. But still, as of this afternoon, still no word on that. But we could expect and know that we will continue to work on that throughout this weekend.
Aisler, may I ask you or inform you of something? So we just wanted to let you know, if this makes your life any easier, NDCL has taken the stance with the focus group and the board, and we're communicating out to the administrators. We're retracting our request to delay that deadline, and the principals are going to finish their evals.
Well, I've had a couple I was aware of that focus group conversation this morning. Have had several conversations since then, have provided that input, had some conversations with some other individuals in the education group. So I appreciate very much you sharing the focus group's position, and I will. Yep. So I thank you for sharing that again. I appreciate it.
Just so they can know, I realize you do what you need to do, and we'll obviously respect that. We just wanted you to know that we just thought that, our folks have been in their people's classrooms and they can get their job done. And so if that makes it any easier on your end, if you proceed with a delay, we'll honor and respect that as well. I was just letting you know we're trying to double down and do the best job that we can.
Oh, absolutely. And there was never, absolutely. That was never the assumption or the perception that we had. Just really, again, so I appreciate that. I had visited with some groups about that this morning that were on your 8 o'clock focus call, have visited with some other people that still had some significant concerns. So we'll take all of that information and all of those opinions and guidance and into consideration as the governor actually makes the decision. So thank you. I appreciate that. Where else? Okay. So the other issue was transportation. So again, knowing that that's a looming concern for many as our school district leaders and administrators begin to think about building their budgets in order to meet the other deadlines that are out there for county reporting and just having that transparent, inclusive process that they do with their school boards and communities. So we will continue to work on that, the conversation about how we will best be able to develop a formula for transportation and get that to you on a timeline that will meet district's needs. Let's see. There will be a press release that goes out soon through the Joint Information Command System, NDIT, University System, and North Dakota and DPI regarding cybersecurity, and just as more and more of our students are online, and just the understanding and the knowledge that the FERPA and COPA regulations adding to the requirements. This will come from the NDIT office through the JIC. And I just wanted to remind everyone again, our schools have done an incredible job. Our leaders, our teachers have done an amazing job of developing creative plans that are educating our students during this COVID situation. But we just want to ensure, and just a reminder that will be included in this news release, that whatever tools are being used out there that adhere to FERPA guidelines, and the Children's Online Privacy Protection Act, which COPA, COPPA, those requirements as we deliver this education in a new sort of way. I can't reiterate again the transformation of education that has been achieved in such a short period of time. It really is a testament to the outstanding work and dedication and partnership of North Dakota's agencies and individuals. So thank you again for that. Please just be aware. I want to take this time again to remind everyone of the Teacher of the Year timeline has been extended. May 8th, 2020 is the deadline for the Teacher of the Year for 2020. Please, I think we've all seen so many great educators rise to the occasion and have a broader awareness. We would love to, this application process has been significantly streamlined, very much simplified for this first round. We'd like to see someone be named a Teacher of the Year from all counties in North Dakota. We'd love to have each of our counties recognized with a Teacher of the Year nominee. So please consider that. You can go to our website for more information on that. We continue to work through the supplemental funding process. As I mentioned yesterday, the Emergency Commission did approve our authority to apply for the CARES Act that are dedicated to K-12 education. So we cleared the first hurdle of receiving an approval from our Emergency Commission yesterday. Now that recommendation goes to the budget section, the full budget section of our North Dakota legislature to give us the final authority to apply for those funding. We approximate that it'll be $33 million that will come to North Dakota. And so the budget section has been set. Their hearing date has been set for this Tuesday at 11 a.m. So that will be the next hurdle that we need to clear, and we'll be fully prepared to make our case at that hearing. And if we can receive permission from our full budget section, then we will proceed with completing the application on behalf of North Dakota. While we're preparing for that, we're simultaneously putting a team together to create guidance and document our guidance for application, so we can get the application out to our eligible school districts as quickly as possible, try to simplify and make that as easy as possible for all of our school districts, streamline that, get that out, and we can get that money delivered out to you. I will be having a series of meetings this weekend regarding supports and resources that we can get out to our school districts to ensure that they have the resources and technical support that they need to move from the planning approval stage that we've all been working on for the last 14 days into the implementation stage. I can't reiterate to all of you enough that these plans were written with the best information, with the best of intentions, with the information that everyone had and resources available to them at that time. We understand that. We also understand that as you move into the next week, we've had 3 days of online learning. You may have discovered things that you thought would go well and are going well, but you also may have discovered some things that you thought would go well and aren't going as you had thought they might go. If you feel the need that things need to be adjusted or redetermined, or decisions that were made based on the best information that aren't the decisions that you'd want to make now, please don't hesitate. Don't think that these plans are set in stone, and truly don't even think that they cannot be changed, that it would be a hassle to change. That's what you can do. That's the local authority and the local professional wisdom and experience that you bring to your jobs. Communicate with us if we can be helpful or assist you in any way. Please know that our emails are always being checked and our phone messages are always being answered. I appreciate that. Thank you so much for all that you do. I hope you can all find some time to spend some time with families this weekend and just read a good book. Thank you. Have a good day.